DrHeroin. What a name. How's that even called rapid? Dude, chess players are savages. Welcome to the world of chess. Like, if the game lasts more than 3 minutes, people are pissed off. Ooh, I love the King's Indian. Grinfeld's cool too. Okay. King's Indian it is. Good for me. Okay, and he plays a line I don't know. Terrific. Well, I can get H3 sort of for free. Any downside to doing that now? Sometimes you don't want to play H3 in the King's Indian, because then they sack on H3 and checkmate you. So maybe I'll just hold off on it and make him like commit to a plan with his pawns. I don't know, it'd be a little weird if like I played H3 and then he went like bishop, D7 or something, but it's possible. Okay. So this is definitely pretty different from the main line. I feel better about H3 now. The bishop can't really retreat. So let's go ahead and do it and get the bishop pair. Okay. Bishop E3 just develops and defends. Of course, there's always D5, which keeps his bishop terrible. His knight gets C5, but I have B4, so... and since I played bishop takes F3, my E4 pawn already has extra defense if the knight puts pressure, so I kind of like D5. And now this bishop sucks. Alright, let's get a new song. This cave ambiance is not quite cutting it for me. Ooh, you guys love the humming song. We'll do that. Yeah, I think that's why those, like, long, complicated Go end games really wear on me. Because I'm just, like, not used to grinding, like, playing every 30 seconds for, like, an hour, you know? I can play every 30 seconds for a shorter time, or I can play faster for a short time, but... Okay, just castle, probably. He gave me H3 for free, so I don't have to worry about the knight jumping in if I ever play bishop E3. Let's just castle first. I don't see why not. You guys like this humming song, right? Okay. B4 is an idea. Bishop E3, bishop G5. I think bishop G5 is premature. He has H6, so let's just go here. Probably B4 next, or maybe queen D2. You weren't a fan, Miranda? What about the Pokemon bike song? Is this still call it a fork if you trade your piece that is forking and it puts me in a worse position. I guess it's... I'm not sure I fully understand the type of position you're referring to. I mean, if the trade is beneficial to you, then yeah, then I would still call it a fork. If you're saying that the trade was bad for you, then I guess it's a fork, but it's not a very good one. What's up, Ovi? How's it going, man? Okay. If I take with the E-pawn, I get E4 for my knight, which is kind of nice. But the C-pawn's a little weak, and he's gonna have the open C-file. Having E4 for the knight is nice, though. I can play knight E4 and put pressure on D6. My bishop gets marginally better, but not really. I don't know, it looks kind of wrong to leave that pawn on C4. This structure just seems a little more sound. I could move this bishop, play F3, and then my pawns are really solid. Okay. And I can immediately put pressure on D6, which is kind of nice. Yeah, let's do that, I think. I guess he's gonna play knight C5 and then B4. I think that's still fine. Eventually I'll play rook C1 and my knight can maybe even come to like C7. Time to relax. Guessing if he says, for example, forking a king and a rook with a queen. Oh, well then, I mean, I guess it's a fork, but if your piece just gets taken, then it's not really a fork. Okay, so B4 was the plan, but this pawn is wanting a defender. I forgot about that. So probably this whole crazy plan was bad. Yeah, it was bad. And taking the knight is a little too rash. So do I admit my mistake and go home? I don't really want to do that. But Queen C2 looks pretty dangerous. Well... yeah, Queen C2 is too dangerous. He's gonna play A6 and kick me anyway. I mean, the only question is if this is better, and I guess it is. But Queen C2, A6, Knight A3, Rook C8, not real happy. I guess I just have to admit my mistake and go back. Queen B1, yeah. I forgot about that one bouncing. Yeah, probably it was just a joke. No! Maybe this'll, like... sometimes when Lichess goes down and then it comes back, like a few moves get taken back, so maybe I can get rid of the whole knight B5 stupidity. Queen C2, the idea is just to defend my pawn. My my E4 pawn needed a defender. So he was attacking this pawn twice, and I only had one guy, so I needed to defend it somehow. Okay, so is B4 still what I want to do? Eventually. B4, knight somewhere, rook C1. Or just rook C1 right away. I guess I should play B4 immediately, because if I dilly-dally, he could maybe play A5. Okay, wait. Another consideration. B4, knight A6, attacking my pawn and the knight. There is queen B3, but is that the best square for the queen? On the other hand, is that the best square for his knight on A6? Probably not. Okay, I think that's okay. B4 and then knight B5 back. I mean, I guess I could, right? What move did you like, Marinda? Unless it's still possible. He did go knight A6, wow. I mean, knight B5, I do been the A7 pawn, but I think queen B3 is just all around a better move. It's still possible. I won't rule out knight B5. Probably bring a rook to C1 first. Just as a flex, yeah. I mean, after knight B5, knight A7, knight C6 is a pretty nice square. I mean, I guess he could do like knight B8 to challenge me. Oh, he's scared of knight B5, look at him. He's terrified of it. A4, rook AC1, rook FC1. Kind of like A4. Yeah, let's do A4. And say your knight's a little silly. What's happening with this knight? Hanging a pawn? Well, if you want to give me a pawn. Suppose I'll take it. Well, bishop g4 would be good if that knight couldn't take me. Would be pretty good now. Probably just a rook to the c file. Do, 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 do. I'm thinking the A rook. I don't know, it might be one of those that doesn't matter too much. I was thinking maybe there's some case where this rook can, like, just watch this pawn. I don't know. Bishop, her knight A8 exclam. Okay, well, if that's where you want your knight, where do I want my bishop? Let's just come back here. I thought about bishop a5, but I think maybe I want these pawns moving, you know? I agree with doubling rooks. Although, it could be a little vulnerable there. There. Doesn't look too bad. Generates a passed pawn, probably. I mean, does give up the square. Maybe the knight can come in. It's also... That's a little awkward for him to defend. Let's do that one. As usual, I'm behind on the clock, but I think my position's pretty strong. Yeah, that knight on A8 is just... man. He's a beast. I mean, you can forget about me playing bishop b6. Just ruled out. Yeah, he's just camping. Yeah, I thought maybe he would do that, but now he can't double rooks. I'm thinking just f3, free up the knight on c3 from its responsibilities. And just say, dude, what are your pieces doing? Now I can do this b5 idea, and the knight can actually jump in, don't have to worry about this pawn. Knight will now be attacking this. And this. Yeah, it's a tough phase of the game, Marinda. Like, it's one that many people struggle with. Okay, so he's gonna bring his bishop back. That's fine. Then maybe I've got bishop here or something, you know? Just start marching. That bishop, the knight can still come here, which is a little obnoxious. But pawn's marching up the board. I guess I could just double rooks first. My position, it feels like my position's one of those where I can just get everything set and then go, like, well, I can't really do anything. Let's just do that. Like, the only possible counterplay is f5. And I don't even know that does that much. I have to get my knight to a1 somehow. Yeah, good point. That way the knights offset each other. I guess he's going for f5. I could even, well, no, g4 is no good. Alright, well, I wanted to double the rooks, so let's double the rooks. Okay. Just save it? It's kind of funny. I don't see why I should let him have it. I mean, my bishop's not that great. But I don't want to have to play, like, rook takes bishop. Or, yeah, rook takes or knight takes. I guess maybe it's okay. Maybe it's time to start going b5. What's he gonna do? Bishop t3, f5. This takes, I mean... I don't think I care too much. Let's just save it. Shit, I mean, it is nice having pressure on the pawn. It's the bishop pair. I mean, everybody likes having two bishops. I am playing music. Marinda is DrHeroin confirmed. He's got a nasty fork if I move my knight and my bishop and my rook. Yeah, that's true. But I think I'll be fine. Let's attack. It's time to attack. If pawn takes e4, maybe knight takes? Knight takes, knight takes. Rook takes rook. Knight takes rook. Pawn takes knight. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm looking good there. Pretty sure this is gonna work out in my favor. Knight takes. If he takes, then take. His knight's in a pin, and I've got b6 coming. If he trades rooks, then rook takes, his queen's hit, his knight's hanging. Let's trust the reading. B6 right away. I don't think there's any rush. Pawn takes or bishop takes? Let's go bishop takes, actually. If nothing else, I'm getting a pass pawn out of it. I'm up a pawn. Just push the pawn. His knight has to go back to a8. Oh, that's too rich. Yeah, I tend to agree, bouncing. Looks really good. +7 being the computer evaluation, which basically means white's completely winning. Like, +5 would be I'm up a rook. +7 would be like a rook and 2 pawns. Bullying. I've earned it. Yeah, knight is not looking so hot. I'm basically up a piece because his knight can never move. And I've got a protected pass pawn. It was just too much. Black has nothing. Take, something takes, b7. And the knight moves. The knight to anywhere he wants to go. Looks good. But he plays on. But I don't think he's gonna like this move. Don't think he's gonna like that move much. Man, I played great this game. This is like the best game I played in a while, honestly. Mate in 1, yep. Yeah, I like that checkmate pattern. Let's find the position where bouncing said it was +7. Thanks, Trek. Thanks, Marinda. I almost missed the B7 idea. This guy's smurfing, yeah. This is the first game that, like, really makes me think all this Go learning is gonna pay off. Back up a bit. Why rook to C7? I thought it didn't work. Wait, where? Oh, like here? Oh, knight takes. Knight takes C7. Yeah, you're letting his knight off the hook. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it might even still be good, to be honest. Actually, no, it's terrible. It just hangs a rook, because I can't even take back, because my pawn's pinned. Yeah, the A8 knight is too strong, exactly. Yeah, the computer is extremely happy with my play. It says 7 inaccuracies for me, but no mistakes, no blunders. 27 average city pawn loss. It's pretty good for me. Alright, let's look at the opening at least. I'll try not to bask in this game too much, but I am really, really pleased with how I played. So all this was like normal stuff. Normal King's Indian stuff. It wasn't +7, it was +5. No! Alright, forget everything I said. This is the worst game I've ever played. Yeah, for those of you who aren't as familiar with chess, if material's about equal and the computer says it's +5, that's the kind of position you like to have. Only thing which stood out was the knight up and then back retreat. Oh yeah, okay, that was terrible. Yeah. You may bask, but you have to do push-ups. Oh, okay, that seems fair. Luckily, all the inaccuracies, it looks like I still had a decent advantage. Yeah, the pump fake it lulled him into a false sense of security. Okay, so I didn't know this move at all. And in fact, Lichess is terming it rare defense. Rare defense is in the King's Indian. Okay, bishop e2 was correct. So that's nice. And then he played knight bd7, which has not been played very often. I played a novelty, h3. He's obliged to take. Already, white's doing pretty well here. I thought for a while I played d5, which was best. h4, okay, I'm not playing h4. But that's modern chess for you. Castling's fine. Actually, it says castling is inaccurate. So yeah, the computer is being pretty mean. It says castling inaccurate, you should have played h4. Well, good scene, Alexis. I hope that you will enjoy playing chess. It's a really rewarding game. I mean, if I remember correctly, I think you're one of my Go viewers, but I think you'll enjoy chess. h4, yeah, so similar to how AIs have sort of brought some new ideas to Go, Leela and AlphaZero brought some new ideas to chess, but not nearly as many. But probably the most prominent is the idea of pushing flake pawns, especially in this situation where I haven't castled yet and he has. I've got the rook backing this pawn, so I can really sort of jam this pawn up and threaten to open up the king position. It's not something that I really think about often in my games. It's sort of unconventional, but you'll see a lot of players do it now because the AI has kind of taught us that it's a little more sound than we previously thought. This is the kind of position where my king's not in any real danger. I mean, none of his pieces are very active, so if I go uncastled, I might just be fine. Or I can play like king f1, king g1, you know. So 1900 in Lichess, I mean, that's pretty good. I hope it's pretty good, because that's about what I am. And the only time controls that count before bouncing complains. Take here? Okay, I'm not taking, but whatever. That seems fine. Ooh, it likes knight takes. Yeah, okay, this was obviously not the best. At least I rectified my mistake. Although, yeah, it says knight c3 was best. It's coming to that. So you'll accept my rapid rating, bouncing? Now that I'm 1900 in rapid again, I feel a little more okay saying I'll go with my rapid rating. Wow, rook c8 was a mistake or inaccurate for him. I guess it does undefend that pawn. b4 was good. I found a lot of good ideas here. We are going to look at the whole game. And I'll do push-ups to compensate. He hung a pawn, that was nice of him. Knight a8, yeah. Man, and I played bishop e2. I played a lot of good moves. Okay, a5. I don't think I would have played. I mean, I did think about a5 and then knight a4 and get the knight in there, but why do I want to let his knight on a8 trade off? So I don't really understand a5. Now the computer's saying b5 is better. Oh, but it says a5 is best. Okay, I don't know. How about in blitz? I'm like mid 1700s in blitz. I've been as high as like 1860, but I don't like blitz so much. And playing blitz on stream, my rating goes down. No, I mean, Marinda, I think you're actually kind of right. After the knight on a8, like, I'm basically up a piece. That knight's terrible. Don't agree with a5, but didn't like f3. Yeah, I mean, I'm weakening all my dark squares, but this bishop is, you know, around to take care of any problems. And I'm defending this pawn, so I don't have to worry about dedicating a piece to defending it, you know, somehow. So, okay, I mean, it may not be the best, but yeah, it did give his knight the g3, but that's like his only active piece that he had the whole game. Rook c2 was okay. I could have just played b5 like I wanted to, but there was no urgency. Just double the rooks. Save the bishop. f5, I don't care. Okay, and it looks like every move's good here, but I liked knight takes. Oh, and okay, that's the point. So I calculated this. Oh, now it's saying it's really good for white. It's interesting. It says, yeah, taking was a mistake, and this is just completely crushing now. I do want to see... bishop... I liked b6 right away. Okay, I mean, it's all kind of moot. This is just completely crushing. b6, knight back to a8. I wonder if I've ever played a game where my opponent has played knight in the corner twice. Because that's pretty fun. Protect, and then yeah. Yeah, he let me trade off the queens, which he definitely shouldn't do, but it's completely over. And b7. Yay, fun stuff. Okay, let's do some push-ups to celebrate. Thought b6 would be good since it threatens both. Yeah. I couldn't tell a difference. I mean, I thought, you know, I'll take the knight, and then he'll have to save the other knight, you know. Because if he doesn't do anything, b6 is still a threat. Like, I'm gonna play b6 anyway in that position. no matter what he does, I think. Alright. So let's knock out 10 more push-ups.